Hello everybody, my name is Fearless, and today we have another Salt Fest. They just keep coming back, don't they? So I don't have the clip because this guy messaged me probably for 2 hours. It wasn't like back and forth. I mean, like there was a message. I didn't have notifications enabled, so I didn't see it until like 30 minutes later. Then I responded, and so on. So yeah, I couldn't save the recording because it was, the match was beyond an hour. So like it was beyond an hour ago, so I couldn't save it. But I can explain to you exactly what happened. I was playing Singularity. I don't think it was this guy, but one of his teammates sent me to Gideon Meat Plant, which has 40,000 pallets. I have no slowdowns because I'm Singularity. I'd never use slowdowns with Singularity or Unknown, so I had no slowdowns. I did have Enduring and Brutal Strength, though, so the pallets weren't really an issue. Anyways, basically, this guy was he was injured. I was chasing him. He quickly turned around the corner as I swung, and then auto-aim adjusted my my hit, and it hit the corner. Like, it hit the wall instead of him. So then he just started teabagging, shaking his head, and then he teabagged, shook his head, and then I downed him. So when I hooked him, I hit him on hook. Because, like, you're taunting me, I'm going to taunt you back. It's just in-game banter. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. So, let's just read the messages. Wow, you're super fun to play against. So rude. I'm rude. Now, I did tunnel this guy. I know. I'm a fucking monster. But there was 1 gen left, and 3 people were still alive. So, that's why I tunneled them. I know you entitled Survivor Mans are going to be like, you shouldn't tunnel, even if there was no gens done. I know you entitled Survivor Mans are going to be like, well, you shouldn't have tunneled anyways. Even if there was 0 gens left, and everyone was alive, and you had 0 hooks, you can't tunnel. That's most Survivor Mans logic. So, but, yeah, I don't know if he's saying I'm rude for hitting him on hook, or for tunneling him. Either way, he's full of shit, because, he literally teabagged me first, so I'm going to hit him on hook. And then there was like 1 gen left, so I'm not being rude. I'm playing accordingly. I'm adjusting the way I'm playing based on how many gens are left, how well they're doing. So, yeah. I said, what did I do? Because, I didn't do anything rude. At least in my head, I didn't. Hit me on hook, tunnel me out like we didn't have a DC. Now, yes, someone DC'd. But how the fuck's that my fault? I don't get to choose if your teammate stays or DCs in a game. Would you rather have had your teammate give up on hook? At least they DC'd. Most people nowadays are just giving up on hook every single time. I downed someone. This guy DC'd across the map. Not this guy, but, his teammate DC'd. And I wasn't chasing his teammate. I didn't injure his teammate the whole game. His teammate just straight up DC'd for no reason. That, like, dude, I'm going to play the way I fucking want. If your teammate DCs, that is a you problem, not me. Maybe playing a Swift if you don't want people DCing. Like, be for fucking real. Didn't have notifications on, so I only saw it 11 minutes later. You teabag, I hit on hook. Stop whining. Because, yes, he's literally whining about me hitting him on hook and tunneling when he teabagged me first, so I'm going to hit on hook. And there's barely any gens left. So I'm going to tunnel. So, yes, he's just whining about this, right? And just because your teammate decided to DC doesn't need to affect how I play. It doesn't. It doesn't. If someone if you're the killer and someone DCs, that doesn't mean you have to be friendly. Some killers might want to be friendly. No, not me. I'm playing the game. I'm not going to be friendly just because you had a DC. Maybe if I downed the person and they immediately DC'd, but no, this guy DC'd across the map, not being chased. He was probably doing a generator, and he just DC'd. So, it's not my fault. I crouched 1 time because you missed me while I was in a corner, and then you put nerd emojis. Now, when they start putting out the nerd emojis or laughing emojis or crying emojis, that's how you know you're already winning the argument. Like, he crouched 1 time. He didn't crouch once. He crouched like 5 times. Which, again, I haven't said this in this video, but I said it before. I don't think teabagging is toxic. It's just in-game banter. I got fucked over from auto-aim, and then he taunted me because of it. So, I taunted him back. There's nothing wrong with that. Anger issues, find your zen. So, let me tell you guys. I have anger issues because I hit him on the hook in a video game and didn't message him first. But I have anger issues. This guy doesn't have anger issues, you know, even though he complained to me first after losing. Yeah, I have anger issues, all right. How do I have anger issues? I hit you in a video game. And besides, you lost to me and you felt the need to message me. You're clearly more angry than I am. Well said, past fearless. OMG, I don't care anymore. Stop messaging me. Now, let me just... He messaged me first. So how is he going to sit here and whine and bitch and cry that I'm messaging him? He messaged me to begin with. He messaged me to begin with. You messaged me first. Skull emoji, because that's honestly hilarious. You can't complain at me for messaging you when you literally did the same thing to me first. Dude. Maybe don't message people if you can't handle it in return. All I'm saying is someone DC'd. That's not all he's saying. He said, I crouched one time and you hit on hook, nerd emoji. He only just recently mentioned the DC. Actually, no, he mentioned it up here, but still, he mentioned it one single time. Before that, he was saying that I was rude, and then he was saying that he crouched and put nerd emojis. So, that's not all you were saying. I don't care, stop messaging me. So I just repeated the same thing that he said. Like, later on, he's going to be like, why do you keep messaging me if you're not angry? Or what? I don't know what he said, but... He could have just left it off here. After reading this message, he could have immediately blocked me, and he chose to message me back. So, you missed me while I was sitting in a corner because I had nowhere to go, and you were right behind me. So, yeah, he wasn't sitting in a corner, by the way. He turned a corner while in chase, and auto-aim put me into the wall. And he said he has nowhere to go, but there was literally a god pallet to the left, I believe. And there was one of the shitty pallet to the right. Like, you know, the little pallet against the wall with, like, 3 boxes next to it. That shitty pallet. So I nodded and crouched one time. And hell, even if he crouched one time, he still nodded. That's still banter. And crouching one time is still teabagging, you know? You proceeded to tunnel me out of the game and hit me on hook any chance you got. Well, yeah, it's in-game banter. And just, like, he thinks that I tunneled him because he teabagged. No, I tunneled him because of the gens. I'm done talking about, like, oh my god, still messaging me like goodbye. This man literally sent, like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages. You're just mad. I'm really not. He said goodbye, and then he keeps messaging. There's 1 gen left. Of course I'm going to tunnel. Okay. Exactly. You done? After I said exactly, I was done. But he kept messaging me. You keep messaging me back. Like, bro, what? You like crying to random strangers online, don't you, Squidward? I said, OMG, I don't care anymore. It's fine. Just stop messaging me. And here you are. You like crying to strangers online, don't you, Squidward? I still find, like, the hypocrisy is crazy. He messaged me first, and yet he's bitching that I messaged him. Continuing to message over and over again. Go stream to your 2 viewers. The viewer shame. It's not like you're doing the same thing. Messaging me over and over. I tried to disengage. No, he didn't. I ended it on literally the word exactly. Like, no, he never disengaged. It's messages, right? It's not like an actual argument in real life. This is messages. Actually, even in real life, you could just walk away. But these are, like, you could immediately block me and never have to message me again. So, no, you didn't try to disengage. You're such a shitter, bro. Now you are viewer shaming. So you are mad. You can't say the same. Oh, Lord, viewer shaming, touch grass. Okay, I don't understand this. He's viewer shaming, so I need to touch grass. That doesn't make much sense. I said, oh, Lord, I tunneled you in a game. Touch grass. Now, you can tell he was upset about this. Oh, burn. I'm going to go get some ice. Okay. It wasn't a burn, by the way. I was just mocking him and replacing a couple words. He viewer shamed, told me to touch grass. Which, viewer shaming has nothing to do with the video game at all. So, I don't need to touch grass. Just because you're a streamer doesn't mean you don't leave your fucking house. He's mad that I tunneled him in a video game. So he's the one he's very connected with the game, so I told him to touch grass. Mine makes 10 times more sense than his does. And then he put like fucking crying emoji because he thinks it's funny. It wasn't a burn, but okay. You thought you ate with that though. Oh, I did. I did. Because if I didn't, then why would you be like, oh, burn, I'm gonna get some ice, like, I did eat with that one. I did. And you didn't. Well, the fact that you keep going just shows me that I did. I never said I did, buddy. You thought you did. You didn't need to say it. Okay, so apparently this guy's a fucking mind reader. Also, you don't need ice. You need a binky. I disengaged from this conversation, and you messaged me about it again 45 minutes later. So if anyone needs a binky, it's you. Wow, he really thought he ate with that one, didn't he, guys? So I had notifications off again, so that's why it took me a while to message, because I didn't see that he messaged me. And, like, if you ended it, then fucking block me. Saying insults is not disengaging. Like, you're like, oh my god, you have 2 viewers. That's not disengaging. You're literally just fucking insulting me for no reason. That's not disengaging. Dumbass, bro. People are so stupid. I said, how? You messaged me first, crying over a video game. All I said was so rude. Sure. Sure it was. And you're still acting like someone... You're still acting like I'm some toxic crybaby survivor. Never said he was toxic, by the way. He just pulled this out of his ass. I never said you were toxic. But you are a crybaby. I said acting like. What? Okay. You literally said you teabag when I crouched one singular time and nodded because you swung and missed me while I was standing still. Again, he wasn't standing still. But, sure. I'm not a crybaby. I said you were rude. Okay. Let me just refresh everyone's memory real quick. He said so rude, and I simply replied by saying, what did I do? How am I rude when you taunted first? The logic is wild. I didn't taunt you. I crouched and nodded my head. Pause. Dumbass. Do you know that crouching after a killer misses is taunting them? Shaking your head, like even if the crouching, even if you only did crouch once, you still nodded your head after I missed. That's taunting. I just don't play the game, please. Signaled to you that it was funny, and I get it, but you took it way too hard. No, I didn't take it hard at all. Because, again, I didn't message him first. If I took it really hard, I would have messaged him and been like, oh, imagine dying to me. Oh, you suck. You had to taunt and I still beat you. No, because I didn't. I didn't message all that. The only one that took it hard is him. And I know if he's watching this video, he's going to be like, well, you must have taken it hard because you're making a YouTube video about it. No, I'm making a YouTube about it. That way all of you viewers out there know how to not act over a fucking video game. Because, again, I know I've said this like 20 times, but it is a video game. It's not real life. This guy is treating it like real life, though. He said, like, lighten up, bro. He viewer shamed me, said I was rude for no reason, put a bunch of nerd emojis, said I had anger issues trying to insult me that way. The only one that needs to lighten up here is you. Like, he taunted me first, I taunted him. If I hit you on hook, you could just laugh it off. You could just laugh it off, but you chose not to. So, I guess we both need to lighten up. That is taunting, but sure. Obviously to you. But I think anyone else who's not angry a lot would get the joke. So apparently he knows me personally. He thinks I get angry a lot. I guess I do. I guess I do. I guess I just don't even know myself. That's taunting to anyone. I disagree. Like, bro, you lost the match. Move on. I tried, but here you are. You did not try. If you... Okay, first of all, the only reason this conversation even happened is because you messaged me first, crying and bitching because you're bad at the game. So, no, you didn't try shit. You did not try fucking anything. No, you didn't. You could have left at any point and still chose to message. I did, actually. I said I'm over it. It's fine. Stop messaging me. Okay. So I'm not allowed to respond to that? If you want it to be over, block me. It's that simple. I get that you don't understand that concept because you're an idiot. But it's that simple. And here you are. Still choosing to message. Because if you're gonna insult me and viewer shame me, obviously I'm going to defend myself. So are you. So what's your point? So what now? He completely avoided it and was just like, what now? Like I said, what's your point? We did the same thing. So how is this an insult to me? I said you teabag, I hit on hook. After that, you could have just left. But you chose to cry. GG, well played. And you'd think, oh, you said GG, well played. I guess this is over. Nope. Paragraph. So the only one that actually tried to disengage at all was me. And he keeps going. I didn't just leave because I wasn't teabagging you and wanted to let you know I wasn't trying to be toxic, which I still don't think you're getting. Again, I never once said this guy was toxic. I never said you were toxic. Don't know where you're getting that from. Teabagging is toxic. And you said anyone would think I was BMing, but I wasn't at all. I never said that either. I never said BMing. I said taunting. There's a big difference. It's in-game banter. BMing, that's just you being a dickhead. Like at the end game, if you're at the exit gate and it's open, you're teabagging at the gate and the killer can't do anything. That's BMing. If you're just taunting me in a corner and I immediately down you after, that was just taunting. Teabagging is not toxic. Okay, so why would you hit me on hook if you thought I was teabagging you? Because it's end-game banter. Because it's in-game banter. I hit him on hook because it's in-game banter. Just because I hit you on hook after you teabag doesn't mean I think it's toxic. Okay. And that's the end. And that's the end. He finally fucking left it off. He finally left it off, man. With just okay. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry this Salt Fest was so long. I'll probably cut a little bit out. Just the parts where I was fucking up because I am a little dyslexic, so I kept fucking up when I was saying it. But yeah, I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye.